Hey YouTube, it's Kamaste, and today I wanted to talk about a little bit of inconveniences that occur in our daily routine or our daily life. Now, I know for a fact that a lot of people definitely feel like the world is collapsing on them when some minor inconveniences happen to trouble us during our day. And I'm people's. I'm one of those people who actually see the minor inconveniences as a major inconvenience, and I allow them to really disturb me and shift my energy. With good practice, I've really allowed myself to reverse that and not allow these things to really bother me as much as they do. But I mean, we're all humans, so these things will come to bother us a little bit. Unfortunately, today, I think the universe wanted to give me a little bit of a test and really stretch my patience out today, to say the least. For instance, this morning, I kind of woke up a little bit later than I really was hoping for. I was having some bizarre dreams that I didn't want to leave them, and I was really interested, and they really threw my day back. It really tossed me around to be later than I wanted to when I needed tasks to be done. I forgot a number of items at my house when I left, and I didn't notice until I was already at my destination. And of course, the things didn't stop there, where my bag fell over today and all my items in it just fell over and spilled onto the floor. My toothbrush falling into the dirty sink of my workplace. That felt good. I really like that one. That was a real nice touch. A number of toe a number of toe nicks on certain objects around me. Again, me forgetting other items that benefit my body specifically. More inconveniences that I probably have forgotten at this point, which is what I want to get to. Even though that all these inconveniences, I should say, were occurring in my day, I have already forgotten about most of them. I haven't allowed them to totally direct and shift my energy into a more negative light, excuse me, of saying things like, oh, this is always happening, or why does this stuff happen to me all the time? I can't allow these minor inconveniences to really disturb my positive flow or my happy-go-lucky demeanor that I wish to have throughout the day. Because then you allow the other things that might not be as even minor per se, that maybe somebody might say something to you, and just because something else threw you off your balance, you allow these smaller comments or actions to really disturb, and then next thing you know, you off on somebody. When it comes to these inconveniences, I actually do believe that it is the universe testing your patience and testing your demeanor of the day of, are you going to stay positive just because your coat fell in the water, or are you going to allow that to completely disturb you and I'm going to throw more at you? Or are you going to just, oh well, these things happen, and allow that positivity to still shine through? The universe works in very mysterious ways. I'm sure you understand what I'm getting at when I say things like that, as that phrase is similar to another phrase of those who have a religious background. They're all relatively similar. No matter what you believe, I believe that this can attune to you. The universe works in very mysterious and wondrous ways, and has multiple, I suppose, outlets or strategies to throw you off center, to recenter you. The universe is all, so it knows what to balance or what needs unbalance, or what needs to be destroyed or what needs to be created. And perhaps the glass bottle that you've had for the last 2 years or whatever, it needed to fall and be destroyed. That's just what the universe willed. And yeah, it's upsetting, and yeah, I'm sure you could have had that bottle for longer, but there's worse things that could have happened. It's minor inconveniences. I'm sure you have another bottle or whatever item that might have been destroyed at your disposal, and if not, then maybe it's a test. Maybe it's something that the universe is trying to tell you that you don't need this for a certain duration of time, or perhaps you can go without this for a little while, or maybe you need to get a hard lesson for something that you did in the past. Who knows what it could be. My main point is, when we allow these minor things to disturb us, they can have a lasting impression, and that's unnecessary. We don't need these little things to come in and disrupt us. And even still so, we don't need these major things to come in and disrupt us. Now, things will happen, and as I said before, we're only human. So if you get a little angry or upset or sad, it's understandable. I'm not saying you gotta be hardened up and, I don't care. It's okay. Things happen, and more things will happen even more so in the future. What I just want you to try and do is make sure you're not allowing it to stick with you. Don't give it place in the mind. Allow it to truly it comes, it absorbs, you accept, and then you move on. I noticed that there's a crack on my phone, and I haven't even seen this crack. I didn't even know it was there. And at first I wanted to be upset about it, but I didn't even know. I didn't even know it was cracked. So instead of being upset about it, I just said, well, at least my phone still works. At least I even have a phone. I know there's many people in this world that do not have that luxury that I have been privileged to have. So whenever you think that the worst has happened, or the worst thing has ever happened to you right there in your life, just imagine how much harder it is potentially for somebody else. What if they're going through something more difficult? Or what if you potentially could go through something even more difficult than you are now? Always try to stay humble in your approach to negative occurrences or negative situations that might arise. The universe will humble you quickly if you do not. So you yourself are going to have to manifest that desire or that energy forward. So these inconveniences, I should say, that come aren't shifting, disturbing, or misplacing the positive energy that I hope that you want to put out into the world, into the universe. Consistent negativity has a very strong way of keeping itself in our mind. It's unfortunately how our ego is built. It's how it's designed. If you want to beat that, you yourself, your entity, you in the present, is going to have to figure out, or practice, I should say, on allowing yourself to move past these negative connotations and negative situations. And the more you do it, the easier it gets. I'm still practicing. Now, I hope this video was helpful in some way. Namaste. I hope you have a good day and stay positive.